Errol Spence said even if he was 50%, he's still beating these other welterweights. Hey, talk that talk, Errol. Hey, stop that cat, man down. In this video, that's what we're going to focus on and talk about. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, Errol Spence just had a media day, and you got to check some of the other content. This is what I do this for you, the boxing fans. Errol Spence looks completely jacked and dialed in. Again, I have done several videos about this so you guys can see. Errol Spence at the media day, there was a media scrum. This is what he had to say. There's a lot of people, just to give you guys the cliff notes, a lot of people that have continually put out this notion that Errol Spence Jr. is not the same fighter post-accident. As you guys know, if you follow boxing, unless you live under a rock, Errol Spence was involved in a horrific car vehicular accident. Errol Spence survived the crash, messed up his teeth, had to deal with, the rehabbing and physical therapy that comes along with that. But the most important thing is he survived. Yet and still, there are a lot of people that believe something was lost in that. So, as I've stated before, I truly believe Errol Spence is really trying to make statements, and he's on a mission because he has this renewed sense of life. When you come that close to claiming your life, it probably makes you look at what you did and didn't accomplish and who you would be leaving behind. It's a reality check, you know what I mean? So a lot of people still feel Errol Spence something wrong and he's never going to be the same and all that. So I think this is kind of renewed his focus and he has something to prove. This is what Errol Spence had to say. Smash the like button. Even half of me would beat most of these guys at the top level, but I feel great now. And I'm 100% physically, I'm on point. If Ugas trainer, who's Ismael Salas, thinks that I am a different fighter now, we're going to see in 2.5 weeks how different I am. He talking that talk, y'all. I have everything in my arsenal, so whatever your Dennis Ugas brings to the table, I'm ready for it. I'm going to dictate the pace and control everything. I'm making him fight my fight. I thought the way that fight went with Ugas and Pacquiao was more of Pacquiao being a shell of himself. So I'm going to send my message with my performance. When I have 3 belts, everyone is going to know what that means. End quote. End quote. The boy Errol, he talking spicy, y'all. He talking spicy. He feeling himself, but rightfully so. And, I always, who I am and what I come from the mud. I came from the gutter and I'm still here. You know what I mean? So I'm always going to have a soft spot for the underdog. And like I said in my previous work, even though Errol Spence is undefeated, nobody's beat him in the ring, he's still an underdog because people still keep doubting him, still keep ranking other people higher than him, like Sean Porter. Sean Porter just recently did an interview and didn't put Errol in the top 3. This is not my opinion. This is what Sean Porter said. He said, number 1 is Terrence Crawford, who's a great fighter. Number 2 is Ugas. No, he said number 2 is Keith Thurman, who's a great fighter. And then 3 is Ugas. He said, I think Ugas is flirting with number 3 spot. And Errol Spence, he's fighting. See, listen, this is just my opinion. This is why I don't have no types of like preconceived notions or bias. I just call it how I see. Because what Sean Porter did is he put a lot of pressure on his own talking point, right? Because if Errol Spence is victorious, like you just told the whole world that Errol Spence is ranked behind Ugas. That's what you said. So in 2 weeks' time, April 16th, the man looks like he's on a mission. And he's saying half of me could beat him and I'm 100%. Like I pulled out all the stops. Whoom, whoom, whoom. So ultimately, when you look at the situation, if Errol Spence like stops Ugas or beats him down like Mikey Garcia or whatever the case, if bottom line is if he wins, then all that stuff Sean Porter said is not going to it's not going to age well, right? So we'll see. I'm not disrespecting Ugas. I rate Ugas. I think he's a terrific talent, but I think Errol got his number. You know, we're going to see. I'm picking Errol. I like his renewed focus, as I mentioned. And I mean, there's certain guys like Zab Judah. I remember watching a Zab Judah interview. Zab Judah is, in the last 25 years or so, maybe longer, he is one of the most naturally gifted boxers ever. The problem is, I watched an interview with Zab, and he was saying that he was like beating guys, but he was partying, and you know what I'm saying? He's from New York. He got that ism, you know what I mean? He got that Brooklyn in him, and you know, he couldn't leave the streets, and the hip hop culture was embracing him, and he was in music videos, and that life is just a lot, you know. But Zab Judah, he gave Floyd Mayweather a tough fight. Floyd was losing to Zab. That don't happen every day. So I truly believe Zab, Super Judah, is one of the most athletically gifted. But had Zab went through something like Errol Spence, that might like regain your focus. And that's kind of the thing. So I truly believe Errol Spence, I'm not trying to speak for him, but I think he lost his way along the way. Like where he started, he told you, like he pretty much said this. He said he start coming up to the gym and he was 180, 190. That's not how he became an Olympian. That's not the discipline he showed. But it's cool because we all humans. It happens. And luckily for him, I'm not saying the car accident is lucky per se, but maybe sometimes God, the universe, sends you these warnings. And this is Errol Spence. He got a second chance at everything. So I think Errol Spence was able to reel it back in, and now he's coming like some Terminator stuff with a new vigor. You know what I mean? And we're gonna see. So we're gonna see how it all plays out and all that. But great fight. Let me know what you guys think. Now, in the last 30 days, 50% of you subscribe to my channel that watch my content. So you guys are watching. I appreciate y'all. The numbers are great. The other 50% have yet to hit the subscribe button. Let me know what I could do to earn your sub. Subscribe to the channel. I drop daily boxing content. If you like boxing, then you like me. Because I am boxing. Errol Spence, Ugas, coming up soon. Subscribe to the channel. I'll be dropping the hotness. In them up. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation.